here. But there comes a point where you gotta take over the situation and beat his ass. And he's taking it way too far.
I heard some people talking about it.
Hello, we are back with Off the Top Sports Talk. I'm Michael Sperber, here with Josh House. What's up, Josh? Who are we?
We are champions, Mike.
Josh?
Mike, we got a babe of the week this week.
This week's Off with the Top Babe of the Week is new USC men's basketball coach's wife, Amanda Markham Enfield.
She's been getting a lot of run in the press.
Former Maxim cover model, Amanda, quit her job as this great model, making great money to support Andy Enfield's career as a basketball coach. She's beautiful. She's coming to LA. She's taking Catherine Webb's spot as the new hot face in sports. And I like it.
Hey, USC needs a new look in their basketball programs, all I know.
Welcome to LA. House, let's add another face to the new Off the Top Hall of Fame. You care to do that?
I do. This nominee, this new entry to our Hall of Fame is a dear old friend of the show, Shaq. We got to say, just got inducted up into the rafters in Laker Nation at Staples Center, getting the jersey hung up. Even though they hung it up backwards, you hear that? They put the jersey up backwards.
I think Mike D'Antoni and Jim Buss hung it up together.
Yeah, they tend to make mistakes lately.
Terrible.
A lot of them. Shaq deserves our Hall of Fame for coming to the Lakers and bringing us some titles, some parades, some great memories.
Joins Laker royalty, Magic, West, Wilt, Kareem, Worthy, Goodrich, Baylor, Wilkes,
the MDE,
Chick Hearn. All well deserving.
The MDE, the most dominant ever. I don't know about that, but for a while there, he definitely you could argue he was the most dominant player ever for a minute there.
I mean, who really gets their jersey retired like 2 years after they retire?
Yeah,
big ups.
He was a freak of nature. He came onto the scene and no one had ever seen anything like the big Shaq Daddy.
Shaq Diesel,
mad props to you,
Wilt
Shaq.
Chamberneezy, the big Aristotle, the big Shaq disc.
His character matched his play. You know what I'm saying? He was fun to watch and he was fun to listen to. So he was always a pleasure to watch for me. I was a big fan.
House, you know who I'd like to throw into the rafters?
Who would you like to put
A
up
guy
there?
by the name of Phil Jackson. For those that know me, know that I'm a big fan and a big supporter. One reason might be 11 rings.
That helps.
Winning is impressive.
It cures everything.
And winning 11 rings is impressive. He brought 5 to L.A., coached the likes of MJ, Pippen, Shaq, Kobe. And he's done it all. And he's dating the boss's daughter, the late, great Jerry Buss. What hasn't he done? He's brought Zen.
I mean, he came and announced
to the main
Shaq.
street.
He flew out just to announce Shaq's jersey getting retired and talked about him. The fans chanted, "What? What they chant?
We want Phil. We want Phil." And you know what? I was watching it on TV, and I joined the chant. So, Phil, Shaq, welcome to the Hall of Fame. Well deserved.
We salute you.
You will be there forever. Unfortunately, House. On a darker side, I hate to do this, but it's time to add 2 faces to the Hall of Shame. Would you do the honor of adding the first face?
Oh, man. The first face is a face that pretty much the whole world has gotten to know over the last year or so, ever since the whole debacle at Penn State. Jerry Sandusky goes in our Hall of Shame, and will probably be the portrait that leads it.
The president?
Just put a big X over his face and use it as a target practice. That guy just deserves nothing but hatred from everyone.
Right now, we're talking about the worst human being in the world.
One of them. He's definitely
He's definitely up there. Okay. And Jerry Sandusky is an evil man.
It's gotta hurt you being a huge Penn State fan from back in the day.
I'm not a Penn State fan.
You used to love their defense and said he was the reason why, though.
Come on, dude. So Jerry Sandusky, Hall of Shamer. It's a shameful story, and he'll be in there forever. House, my Hall of Shame inductee goes to
a
current Laker coach Mike D'Antoni. Worst coach of all time. Yes, I think so.
He has the people calling for Mike Brown to come back.
If you watch the show, you follow the show, you know my feelings about Mike D'Antoni. I don't need to get too far into it. He's taken a championship quality team and turned it into a team that's just fighting, scratching, and clawing to make it into the playoffs.
And the Clippers
swept
us this year.
If they do make the playoffs, do you see them making a run with this guy at leading the charge?
Mike, we like to speak the truth here, right? We don't like to sugarcoat it. We'll tell you how it is. And right now, we're a little bit worried.
The second that this season ends, which it looks like it's not going to be too far off, I want his termination to be faxed.
His papers?
Yes.
His walking papers?
Yes.
Along with Jim Buss?
Yes, absolutely.
That would be nice. A treat.
So Hall of Famers, Hall of Shamers.
It's not happening.
House, could you go ahead and give me some ballers this week?
Our first baller of the week, Rick Pitino, becoming the first coach to win NCAA title at 2 schools and is inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Quite a week, huh?
Not a bad week. Win a championship. I mean, doing it all. He's legit. He's been doing it at different places. It's not just lucky. He's been doing it.
Rick Pitino is a gangster.
He is.
Okay? Successful, well-dressed, has had some scandal in his history.
Yeah, he's been.
Comes out, the cream always rises. He's risen above, and he's a champion.
It's amazing how wins tend to mask your imperfections. Huh?
You win a championship?
Yeah, you're winning, right? All right, we'll talk about that.
All right, house ballers.
Luke Hancock is our second baller of the week. Named the most outstanding player of the championship game, scoring 22 points for the Cardinal. He did it the whole term. He was solid, especially after WARE went down. Really stepping the game up. Just 80% from the 3-point line, something like that.
He was big time. Michigan got off to an early lead. He brought him back with some threes. Hey,
he's a solid player.
Hats off. Well, congratulations. Ballers.
Our final baller of the week is Carmelo Anthony.
Melo.
The controversial Melo was Eastern Conference Player of the Week after the Knicks win streak hits 12. He went for over 50 points and then over 40 points back-to-back nights. And that's getting it done. That's putting the ball in the bucket.
Guy's a scorer. Battling KD, the Durantula, for scoring title this year. Who you got? Can we throw a lock?
KD has not been playing his best lately and have been talking about a lot of turnovers. Melo's been on fire. He's playing better at the end of the year.
0.01 difference between the two of them. It can go either way.
If you're gonna go by who's playing better right now, I got to go with Melo.
Got the momentum,
and I think that Durant may not be going Richter on scoring towards the end of the year because they got what they want pretty much locked up. So it'll be interesting to see.
We got some fallers.
This is a pleasure to talk about. Mr. Mike Rice. Mr. Mike, I'm a baby Rice. Gets exposed as a player abuser and gets fired at Rutgers. Throwing basketballs at his players, calling them bleeping fags. Trying to take a page out of Bobby Knight's book. What do you make of this guy?
Mike Rice. I want to talk to the kids right now. You need to respect authority, but if an authority figure like this crosses the line, I give you complete control to take over the situation and beat his ass. And if you can't beat his ass, find somebody that can.
Jump him.
Okay? Because this shit is unacceptable. And you can't do that. This is 2013.
Oh, I heard Braun.
We're not living in 1910 anymore, okay?
Yeah, LeBron James is talking about if his kid ever played for that kid. He said that coach would have some explaining to do, and then I'd still whoop his ass.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's a different age. Whoever this Mike Rice thinks he is, he's not even a good coach.
He's known as being passionate.
No, passionate and abuse is different.
Well, that's what there is. Before this scandal, he was known as the passionate coach. Really, getting fiery and using the terms like that. But when you look behind the scenes, you really find out what a coward he is.
Kicking kids.
I mean, I can't believe college men were taking this from this little weasel.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
fired me out.
But these guys are kids becoming men. This is an authority figure. There comes a point where you got to take over the situation and beat his ass. Because he was taking it way too far.
I heard some people talk about the difference between basketball and football. You know, people, even, you know, now people grabbing the face mask.
Yeah.
Even Lou Holtz, when he did that, they don't do that anymore much. If you grab someone in football, you're expecting to pretty much get hit back by one of those kids these days.
And that's the same with hoops.
It's not the same way it used to be. You can yell at a kid and you can really, you know, get after him. But once you start crossing the physical line,
I agree.
Then all bets are off and you're about ready to get whooped on.
Yes, exactly. By a college player.
Yeah. That's a man you're talking. That's not a little high school boy.
That's what I'm telling you.
They're a grown man.
I give permission.
6'9".
Any college player that gets abused by a college coach to come back and whoop that guy's ass.
And anyone who hires that guy in Division I college basketball should have their program stripped immediately.
Hey, amen.
Number 2,
fallers.
Our next faller is someone who we talked about this in the show. You know, we're big fans of this guy, his lifestyle, his persona, Mr. Rob Gronkowski. But the guy is going through his fourth surgery since the off season, since the season for the Patriots because of an infection on his forearm. 4 surgeries is not good on anything, okay? Especially when you make your living catching footballs with that hand, you know, that arm.
So the question I have for you, though, is this surgery taking place if he's not out in Vegas body slamming
doing the pile driver with a broken arm already?
Yes.
That's what the Mr. Kraft's gonna say. Maybe we don't need to pay you those money we signed you for.
You know where he's gonna make that money back?
In endorsements for strip clubs or
in the porn set,
yeah, right?
With BB Jones. House fallers.
And our third faller is just an agonizing, brutal injury. Kevin Ware. It was horrible to look at. I couldn't believe it when I saw what happened. I haven't seen that devastating injury that I remember. Really, that's as bad as you've ever seen on national TV like that since we've been around in our elder days.
Not a laughing matter.
Ugh.
Now, I don't blame Kevin Ware. He's not falling because he did anything wrong, but for that injury, he's had a rough week. And my heart goes out to the guy. But hey, the guy's got a good attitude. It's brought the team together. And
it was nice to see him get a ring after all that. His team got a ring. They won. They pulled together in support of him. They won a ring. They have a championship ring for life. He was a big part of that because he played well in those games leading up to the championship.
You never recover from an injury like this fully.
It's hard.
Have you seen anything like this on a basketball court? You have that Sean Livingston.
Livingston's the only thing I can think of that's close.
I don't think the bone came out.
Yeah, but his knee went into so many different places that it was just crazy.
Is there any?
And he was able to come back and play.
Sometimes it happens with like fingers and stuff, but the knee like that, it was.
Don't YouTube that one if you haven't seen it.
Moving on.
Unless you're sick in the head.
House. Moving on. Did you catch the game tonight? Yeah. Louisville defeats Michigan 82-76 to win the title.
I mean, that is our job here. Of course I caught the game.
Let the people know what you thought.
I thought that Louisville would probably be in there, and I took Michigan to be my Final Four, so I wasn't that far off in one of my brackets. Louisville coming in, all the announcers said that they were the best team. Michigan really made a run and looked like looked like they had it there almost, especially in the first half. It looked like they were going to run away from Louisville and just whoop them. Spike, one of the best first half stories. One of the best first half stories I've ever seen. People were talking about it. I saw Tony Gonzalez tweeting about the kid saying a hero's been born because the All-Star, the Player of the Year, Trey Burke, getting in foul trouble and barely being able to play in the first half.
You know what? Spike Albrecht, all credit to him. He's limited. And
he averaged 1.8 points a game, I believe.
And when Rick Pitino saw that the guy was heating up in the first half, he put a stop to it. I mean, great job, great performance in the first half, but he couldn't have sustained that the whole game. He's just a little too limited. Michigan got out to a lead early.
12 points at one point.
Luke Hancock hit a couple threes, brought him right back in it, and then the pressure defense of Louisville
just keeps coming.
Yeah, suffocating. Right,
you think you got it all of a sudden?
Arkansas Razorbacks, 60 minutes of hell.
Yeah, it was. It was all of a sudden you're trapped. You
Peyton
think you're getting the ball up
and
easy.
Russ Smith.
They're fast.
They're fast. They're suffocating.
I mean, those are definitely the quickest backcourts I've seen in college basketball.
Well, Trey Burke had 24 points, but it was kind of like a quiet 24. Didn't impact the game like
7 of 11 shooting, 24, 4, and 3. And that's not even playing for most 12 to 15 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble.
Siva looked good. I've seen that guy before.
Yeah.
He looked a little cocky earlier on it when I seen him play, but he looked real calm, poised, and a leader out there. He's disruptive on defense. He contained the tempo of the game, and I think that helped. And I also like Louisville's big man. Bohinen and
Bohinen dominated the second half. He really dominated the second half.
12 boards, 7 on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, Hardaway Jr. had 12, and McGarry was the big guy that I thought killed Michigan. He needed to play a big game. He needed to go double-double, and he went 6 and 6.
Nice prospect.
He needed 15-12 or something like that, 15-15 for them to win, I think.
But he's a freshman. Nobody knew too much about him. He played a couple big games. Pitino was prepared. He got the troops prepared. And, he wasn't going to let that guy go off. So, all power to him. I got a question for you. Where does this put Pitino into the, in
the college rankings of all-time coaches?
Yeah.
They talk about him and
he just tied Wooden.
Maybe paying the players a little bit, bending the rules.
He just tied Wooden for most wins ever.
Yeah.
Not most wins ever. 25th ever most, but in like a shorter amount of time.
Yeah. So, it was a different game back then, so it's hard to judge those two guys, I mean, Wooden was just a freak, the way he was able to keep that program.
I don't put him in Wooden's class, don't get me wrong, but he's a great coach.
He's
second title.
He's good for this generation of players.
I mean, he took Providence to the Final Four, went to the Knicks. I think they won a division title.
He's all about the players, I think.
Dominated Kentucky, one of the hardest schools to coach, and then turned around Louisville.
I think he's a new era, new wave kind of coach. Good with the players, about the players, trying to get them. He'll take the guys who know they ain't one and done all day long.
Yeah, and
he'll coach them up for a year and try to get a team to the championship.
Dresses well, has a good demeanor on the sideline.
The players really like him, from what I hear. Yeah.
You see the Michigan sideline? You see that fan base?
Yeah, they were rocking. There's a lot of Michigan fans.
You see any familiar faces? Maybe from the 1990s, early 90s?
I thought I saw Uncle Pete at the game there. Did you see him?
I saw Fab Five, Jalen Rose, C. Webb.
Jalen Rose was in the house. I believe.
I saw Jalen was in Juwan Howard, but was C. Webb there?
I believe he was. I heard he was in the building.
I heard Pete was there.
I heard Magic Johnson flew Jalen out in his private jet.
Let's give Pete a call, see if we can get a hold of him.
Uncle Pete, nice call with Louisville and his bracket.
Let's see how his bracket turned out. Uncle Pete!
Mike Nelly.
You there?
Yes.
You catch the game tonight? You're live on the air.
You're in Atlanta.
You're in Atlanta?
How's the party?
How's the party going on? You had Louisville winning it all. What's going on?
Things are buzzing. I'm at the Sutra.
Yeah.
You got one in Midtown.
So what was the atmosphere like at the game tonight?
Beautiful.
Michigan fans had to be happy early.
Full force.
The Fab Five was in some full force?
They sure were. Chris Webber was on the bubble, but he showed.
We were just talking about your Final Four pick. You took it all. You had Louisville winning it all. What'd you see? We were talking about Pitino. What'd you think of Pitino?
I was pretty confident all along.
Michigan got off to a... What's that?
Pitino was all business. He never sported that white suit.
I know. I was hoping for the white suit, but because he's gangster like that. He dresses well.
But I got a chance to meet Denny Crum. Shook his hand.
Legend. Louisville legend, huh? Okay. What else did you see in the game?
Saw Hancock go off.
Yeah. He was kind of the turning point. What's that?
14 straight.
14 straight points?
To end the half, he scored 14 straight.
That was big. Hancock, most outstanding player.
And they needed it.
They
'cause
needed it.
Michigan had ran out to that big lead with the white kid Spike just nailing it.
What do you think of
nailing it
Spike
for us.
Albrecht?
He was on fire too.
He was, but Pitino put a stop to that, huh?
They were splashing threes from all over tonight.
All right, Pete, what's your plans for this evening? You going out partying?
Celebrating that
Celebrating
big
the
Louisville
win?
money
I
win.
know you want some big money. Ching, ching.
It's gonna be a sleepless night in hot Atlanta.
Go to the strip club?
I'll call you boys when I get back. Let's hit the tank. Watch the Masters.
Yes, we got the
Alright.
Masters show coming on next week. We'll try to get you in.
Champions.
All right, brother. Good talking to you.
The Louisville Cardinals
Bye.
were good to Pete. Uncle Pete made some dough.
Uncle Pete did it. It's good to have him on the other day. Nice of him to take a couple minutes out of his partying time,
Yeah.
celebration to come on the show.
He sounded like he's still semi-coherent there, too. It's nice of him.
All right, House, I got a question for you. Did you see any players in this game that are going to be taking their talents to the next level in the NBA and making an impact?
That's hard to say. I mean, Trey Burke, it was looking good coming into it all the way up.
Nice player of the year, congratulations. But is he going to make an impact at the next level?
What is it, Reese? The kid from Louisville that's faster than hell.
Russ Smith?
They're talking about him as like an Iverson D Rose type of quickness.
Oh, I didn't see that
the
one
quickness.
bit.
They don't have the skills yet.
No, I'm talking about skills. I'm talking about the full package.
Hey, he was.
I want somebody to.
He didn't show up in the final game like I wanted him to, because he looked like coming into that game he was just a man amongst boys how fast he was, but didn't show up in the big time game as much as. But they won, so
I
he helped get
saw
him there.
two good college teams. It's the best college basketball game I've seen in a while. There's some nice highlights.
Best championship game I've seen in years.
Definitely
Years.
a great championship, but I didn't see any transcendent players like when Melo was on Syracuse. You know, people like that. D
D-Rose.
Rose, Kentucky. Anybody that you saw that's going to be like, damn, that guy's taking it
Kevin
to the next
Durant
level.
when he was there, yeah.
At Texas. I mean, I think the college game has declined, plummeted down. But
You know what? Definitely I agree. But that game made up for a lot. That was a great game to
it
watch.
was a great
I was
game. It was
happy to
good
watch
for
that game.
college basketball for
It
sure.
did. I helped it out a lot, I think.
You have any early predictions for next year?
Oh man, next year UCLA should be better. Hopefully, they're gonna lose Mohammed.
You know who's going to be good? Kentucky.
Yeah,
They're reloading a top class. Keep your eye out for Kentucky. That's going to be my early favorite. But, hey, maybe SC will come to play. They got a new coach. They got a new coach's wife. Things are looking up. All right, House. NBA.
Lakers.
Let's talk about the Lake Show. Every time I think they're getting just a tad bit better, they fall back and look terrible.
And we got another injury or something's happening. Meta's coming back now, at least from what I hear. He's coming back soon.
When we started this show was right when D'Antoni was hired.
Yeah.
Pretty damn close. And what did I say? He was playing these guys too many minutes. And now look what's happened. I
Steve
called
Nash
it.
is banged
I
up.
said these guys are going to get hurt playing these types of minutes. And what are all these minutes like helping out, too? We're barely making the playoff.
We need to play together, and we can't because everyone's hurt, and that's what's killing us is that we can't get cohesion. We need to be a team, and we're a bunch of individuals still, Mike.
What's the answer? What do we do? How do we fix it?
Find a new coach.
That's it.
That's the only answer.
Is there still room to win?
Hey,
a
look what happened to the
championship
Knicks
next
after
year?
D'Antoni left. They got better.
Yeah, they
so we need to
did.
find someone else and get
Who?
us better. I don't know. We got money in L.A. Can we get Popovich
What about
somehow?
my Hall of Famer?
Huh? Oh, come on.
In Shinee.
We'd love
Mr.
to.
Phil Jackson, I'm still making the call.
As long as Jim Buss is
still
around,
making the
I don't
call.
see it happening.
You're ready. Let's do this. The team is set. Okay.
What about the Clippers sweeping us, Mike? Are they going to do anything? Are they going to make noise in the playoffs?
They could make it to the Western Conference Final.
To the final?
Western Conference Final.
Can they beat the Spurs? Can they beat?
Can
they
it's
beat
gonna
the
be,
Thunder?
It's gonna be tough. They're gonna go 6 or 7 in the
Who's the
semifinal.
team? Who's the team that's going to be
Coin toss.
the sleeper? Denver? Are they going to come back and
Denver's
bite people in the
tight.
ass?
Somebody just got hurt for Denver. Who got hurt? Was it
Fareed?
Iguodala? Oh, Gallinari. towards
Oh yeah,
ACL.
Gallinari. Yeah. That hurts them a lot.
That
yeah.
hurts them. So I don't know. They're pretty tight. You can't beat them at home. You can't beat them up at Denver.
They're tough at home.
So I see the Clippers getting out of the first round, going 6 or 7, coin toss, coin flip in the second round, and then not getting in the Western, not getting through the Western Conference Final. Who do you got going to the finals in the West side?
Oh,
Spurs, Thunder.
I gotta go with
Memphis?
the Thunder. The Thunder versus the Heat, and the Heat smashing on them pretty much. That's how I would see it right now.
All right, so next week we got Masters and we got NBA's really going to start heating up. Do we got any UFC to speak about this week?
Well, we had some fights last week, but there's nothing really much to speak out. Some decent knockouts. But this week we got the finale of The Ultimate Fighter going on. And headlining that is going to be the California Kid, Uriah Faber, against Scott Jorgensen, who's on a little hot streak lately. Let's see, someone got hurt, so this is kind of a last-minute fight they threw together for a main event. Although it's a good matchup, these guys have been in the game for a long time together in the WEC back in the days. So I look at it, it's going to go a long time, probably be a full-distance fight. I'm not the biggest Uriah Faber fan. I mean, I respect the guy and all that. I like Jorgensen. I think it's going to go the distance, and I mean, Uriah might get it because the fans like him. They cheer probably louder for him. But I personally am rooting for Jorgensen and like his shot in this fight to take Faber out. Faber, to me, gets hurt a lot. Got some injury problems. So
are we going to see John Jones, Anderson Silva?
That's all I ask for in life.
Pissed. If Dana White can't have, I'm going to go back to boxing. I mean, Floyd Mayweather's fighting some guy named Guerrero. That's marquee, right?
Right, that's big time. How many millions is he getting for that?
He's going to make a lot of money. I'm sure Guerrero's not going to make too much.
There is a good fight on this card, though, that the fans need to TiVo, DVR it, do whatever you can.
Talk to us.
Watch this fight. Travis Brown against Gabriel Gonzaga. Travis Brown, Hawaii boy, basketball player, ex-basketball player, and athletic big man, 6'7", 250. Coming off a knee injury is the only thing I worry about. He got knocked out because he hurt his knee. He's a great athlete. Gonzaga is knocked Crocop out with a big kick. He's solid. He's been coming back. He just beat Ben Rothwell in his last fight. He's been fighting better lately, so I can't wait to see it. 6'7" against 6'1" in the heavyweight division, though.
Ooh.
So two very, very athletic big boys, too. That's what you always like to see. You don't want to see two lazy, slow guys or whatever.
Styles make fights.
These guys are both athletic. It should be an impressive fight. And probably a violent knockout to end it. Definitely watch that fight. That's going to be the fight of the night, I think. And I'm going to go with Travis Brown on this one as the household lock of the week.
Whoa! The segment is back. The feature segment.
As long
as what?
As long as his knee
is
holds
it
up.
Locked in or no?
As long as his knee holds up, I think it will. He trains his ass off to get back and ready to go. As long as that holds up, I think he's gonna have 6'7" is some reach for a puncher. He's only lost that one fight, and that was because of his knee buckled in the fight. So he'll probably have a pretty good brace on there. I think it'll be fine. Travis Brown.
We got a household lock of the week is back.
All right. And then the last fight you could talk about would be Cole Miller and Bart Palazewski, whatever. The guy's fought a million times. Cole Miller, I don't like much. So we'll go with Bart Palazewski, whatever you want to call him. We'll take him over Cole Miller. Hopefully a knockout. Hopefully we'll see Cole Miller out cold.
All right. That's our UFC talk.
Yeah.
What about any baseball? You catch any baseball games?
I went to a little preseason Dodgers Angels
Three-way series
right before opening day.
What are your thoughts?
Not very exciting. It was 0-0 into the eighth, I believe.
Pitcher's duel, huh?
But Dodgers took that one down. But I mean, I'm excited about the Angels.
Who do you see having a better year? Who do you see having a better year, the Angels or Dodgers this year? They both got some exciting talent. Kershaw is dealing.
Yeah, he's
dealing.
He's just whipping the ball out there, just smoking batters. I don't know. Josh Hamilton is struggling right now.
Yeah, it's too early.
If you look, they've been showing the stat wise from the second half of the season last year and beginning of this year. all his numbers are drastically down. It's
Yeah,
kind of
the
worrisome.
thing that worries me about
Along with
him is
Pujols.
his mental.
But along with Pujols, you know, Pujols wasn't what we wanted. So hopefully the Angels are investing all this money in guys who are going sliding down the
They're
slippery
not
slope. But I
investing
got
in money
paid.
like Mike Trout.
Giving him a $200,000 raise when he's
No, $27,000 raise.
yeah, he's making a few $100,000,
I mean,
right? 700, 800,000.
I'd take 27 G's, but in that realm,
When you're almost the
of
MVP, you lead the
opportunity.
league in stolen bases, and
A-Rod's making probably like $30 million this year.
yeah, Mike Trout's ridiculous. He's why I want to watch the Angels every day.
Yeah,
You have
he's
to watch that
somebody you
kid.
go to pay to watch.
The
play
best baseball. I'm gonna put it out there. The best baseball prospect I've seen in my entire life.
Mickey Mantle.
The best prospect I've ever seen since I've been born. In
Well-
first full year of baseball, I've never seen anyone come in and just do it.
I agree.
Ever.
Ken Griffey Jr. is one that was ridiculous. A-Rod was ridiculous.
Trout's faster than Griffey Jr. Has similar.
Faster than Griffey Jr. I mean, Griffey Jr. was not slow.
Trout's 4.4 legit.
Griffey was not slow.
I mean, Trout walked in and almost won MVP as a rookie.
I'm not down saying anything bad about Trout. I'm just saying these are some other top prospects back in the day that came in young and they were balling.
5 tools.
Those were probably the only 3 players.
He's the greatest of all time after 1 year. No? All right, maybe. We'll look to see what he can do with Pujols.
No,
and
he's a
Hamilton.
bad dude.
Pujols and Hamilton behind him this year? Look out. That's all I got to say.
He's a bad dude. He was the second in MVP, and he didn't even start the year.
The only
last
reason
year.
he lost the MVP is the other guy got the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very
And
often.
he didn't even start the year in the major.
Yeah,
so.
he missed a month last year. Imagine if he...
Yeah, imagine his numbers then.
Yeah. So we're excited about local baseball. Dodgers, Angels, Greinke, Kershaw.
How's your hockey
Weaver.
expertise? You been keeping up?
Yeah, we
How
watched
are the Kings?
Watched the Ducks and
Ducks?
Kings the other night. I think the Ducks got him. I'm not sure on that one. I watched the early part of the game, crashed out. But
As this,
the Ducks are doing good. They're balling right now. They're in second place.
okay.
So
They wouldn't be balling. They're like pucking right now, right?
yeah. Pucking it up, huh, Mike?
Huh?
No, hey. We'll see. You know, it's
As
early.
the
It's
season,
still early in
as
the
the playoffs
season.
as the playoffs approach,
Okay.
we'll start
Locking it down.
locking in on it.
Yeah.
All right, House. What else? You got anything else?
It's good to see the Cali teams
Hey,
playing.
it's good to be back on the air.
Yeah, it
Good
is.
to be back on the
Little
air.
technical difficulties, you know. We're out for a week or so there. Back on the air and ready to rock.
Back on the grind. You got anything else on your mind?
Just want to congratulate our Louisville Cardinals. Shout out to our boy Scott Dodge, big Cardinal fan, went to Louisville. Played on the team out there, football team out there. So
Is that your boy?
yeah, one of the
Bring
guys
him
that was coaching.
on.
He's
Tell him
at-
to come on the show. What's up?
He's out there in Texas right now, living
Well,
it up in Austin.
Dude, buy him a flight out here, dude.
The only Louisville fan out there in Texas right now.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I mean, I did have Louisville winning it all in one of my brackets, and I did manage to get second place in there.
What
so-
bracket? Not our bracket. Whose
Not our
bracket?
We were in a little pool.
You
We
were?
managed to get a little second place nod with my boy who got me in the pool got first. I got second. You know,
What?
At about 40, not bad.
40 people in
Yeah.
there? Congratulations.
We'll
Make a
take
little
it.
money on that.
We don't make any money, but yeah.
All right, House. It's good to be back on the air. I want to thank our tech wizard, MJ Alvarez.
The best.
Thank you. Master producer, Jeremy Yorba.
The
Craig
man.
Lonjotti. This beautiful lady, Tracy, making us sound so smooth. Showtime for free, as always, showing love. Thank Uncle Pete for taking a break to hang out with us. Let us know what the environment was out there in Atlanta. For Josh House, I'm Michael Sperber, and we are
Out.